Illinois Schoolyard Habitat Action Grant. Schoolyard Habitat Action Grant projects in the Next Generation Science Standards. Grade 3. Developing and using a wildlife habitat area can assist your students in meeting performance expectations of some of the Next Generation Science Standards. In this program, we will provide suggestions for making these connections. Please do not be limited by these suggestions. Your curriculum and your ingenuity are important factors in determining how you utilize the habitat area in your teaching. The interdisciplinary nature of the habitat area can allow you to incorporate other Common Core standards as well. 3-LS3-1. Analyze and interpret data to provide evidence that plants and animals have traits inherited from parents and that variations of these traits exist in a group of similar organisms. Students can use the habitat area to observe, measure, and record data about the characteristics of plants and animals living in it and visiting it. They may want to look at these types of traits in plants of the same species: height, shape of leaves, arrangement of leaves, number of leaves, type of flowers, colors of flowers, number of flower petals, and shapes of seeds. For animals of the same species, they could record approximate body size, coloration, number of legs, number of antennae if present, and any other obvious traits. With animals, it may be easier for students to take photographs and analyze them later than to make detailed observations of individuals in motion. Students can look for similarities and differences in the same types of plants and animals and postulate why differences occur. Have the students discuss whether or not variation is important based on their observations. 3-LS3-2. Use evidence to support the explanation that traits can be influenced by the environment. Over time, the plants in the habitat area may show the effects of drought, excessive rainfall, extreme cold, abundance of insects, and other factors. If you water the habitat regularly, students could measure and record the growth of plants in the habitat area and of similar plants in areas that are only receiving natural rainfall. The amount of water received from rainfall and from watering plus rainfall should be tracked. Students could also record and compare the general conditions of plants in the two areas. Traits to observe include number of leaves, size of leaves, height, amount of insect damage, etc. If you don't water the habitat area regularly, the students could photograph and record growth data about the plants in the habitat area and correlate to weather data for that location. This information could be used for data and trends analysis in this and subsequent classes. 3-LS4-3. Construct an argument with evidence that in a particular habitat, some organisms can survive well, some survive less well, and some cannot survive at all. Students can record the plant species that were planted in the habitat area and where they were planted. Images can be taken for reference. Plant growth and weather data can be collected. Animal species visiting the habitat can be noted. Students can provide explanations for why some species may have grown better than others. Provide the students with images of a variety of Illinois species from resources such as the Illinois Natural Resources trading cards from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. Based on their data, ask the students to predict whether or not an animal or plant would be suited to live in the Schoolyard wildlife habitat area. Repeat the process using images of species from other parts of the country and world.